evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or Cast. Tonight we are going to be doing 2 hours of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Oh God, I miss that so much. And as you can hear and see, Mark has rejoined us.
I'm back.
All better, yeah.
I'm not dead.
And I wasn't regretting it until this moment.
I told you we should have used a stronger poison.
That's what my wife said.
Don't bring her into this. Before we get started, I think I've been forgetting to bring it up in the videos, but we do have a Discord if you'd like to join it for like memes and chatter if you have questions for any of us specifically. It's also a place where you can ask the DMs like spoiler questions if you don't want to put them in the comments or if you don't want the other players to see them, things like that. And the link to that is, I don't know if it's on the Twitch yet, but it is in the YouTube below us here. For me, because I'm in this corner, it's going to be over there. And with that,
also,
go ahead.
And I don't mean to interrupt, Coulter, but for YouTube, several people have been asking us to post character sheets. Most of them are posted in the About section of our YouTube channel. So if you were curious about the Frostmaiden character sheets, they are mostly there. Altus is not finished, so he is not included in that link. If you're on Twitch, you can click on Altus's incomplete character sheet. Everyone shame Jake for not getting back to me soon enough.
I deserve whatever happens in the comment section.
Bad player, but good player. And I'm so sorry about vaporizing you last time. That was your warning.
That was your warning.
And with that really fine comment, would our lovely and talented Helena mind leading us in a recap?
Yes. And I am hyper because Mark is back and I want to impress him. So we have just gotten a horn of blasting. Very cool. Why we didn't immediately blow it to find out what it did, I don't know. Lost opportunity. No. So we're like heading back to Bryn Shander. What's this? There's a white dragon in the sky. And we're like, ooh, we really want to get that dragon. But ultimately we decided, maybe we shouldn't go get a dragon. So we did not follow it. But we're like, okay, we're marking the direction it's going. Boom. Yes. Okay, so then we get back to Bryn Shander and we head over to the sheriff and we're like, hey, so again, we saw a white dragon. Maybe you want to know about that and maybe have people be on the watch. So he's like, okay, great. Thanks for adding another problem to my list of problems. Oh, and by the way, hey, this guy Hugo is still missing. We thought we were going to go find him out of this place, but then it turned out the woman tricked us out there. So we're not sure if she killed him or if he's lost. So add him to the list of all the missing. And he's like, rolls out this long scroll. So anyway.
Also, and I didn't comment on this in the moment, but we saved Bryn Shander, so I feel like one of us being missing is more important than Timmy.
Maybe we'll talk to the sheriff again. It did seem like Malai was very disappointed in the lackluster response.
Malai has very few friends.
No, that's good. That's good stuff. So then we go back to the witch's tea and we're drinking. And Altus is going around to check in with people, do his fake cleric-y stuff. And we're all drinking. And Helene comes up and she's like, look at this friend I got. His name is Copper. He's a gnome. He's in acolyte robes. He's like, so I was working for this guy, or I was working with this artificer guy, and he's trying to make this like cool spell that will like control weather. And we got into a fight, as bros do. And so he left. So we left him, and it's been 10 days. And like, at first he was like, I think we're not talking because he's angry. But now I'm like, I think he's not talking because he did. So we're like, okay, I guess we could check up on that for you. What are you going to give us? I think he promised nothing. So it's cool.
We did not get payment promised before
we really just want so it's all good. Okay, so we're on the job. We'll leave tomorrow morning. So then we get drunk. We sleep in the broom closet. Tempest tried to go get into some fights, but didn't work because everyone's like, still reconstructing from the dragon attack. So again, why she didn't blow that horn, anyway. So then in the night, Z has a vision. He's like walking down this cobblestones, and then it kind of starts turning into a house, and then he's in this room and there's like a beautiful fire going, and this middle-aged woman is like, hey. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? Where am I here? She's like, so I was talking to my bro Tyr, and he was thinking maybe you would identify more with me because I'm from Eberron, bros. And I'm like, really, the home and the hearth is really important to me. So what do you think? And Z's like, cool. So she gives him like a cool octagram in the symbol of Baldre, goddess of the hearth. Pew! So that happened. Not last season, but I forgot to recap it, had to do it, was beautiful. Okay. So now I gotta get back in. So then, all right. So we wake up the next morning. We're like, okay, let's go. And we get to the cabin and we're investigating. And it's like all the windows were blown from the inside out. And there's snow everywhere. And then, oh God, there's a charred skeleton on the floor. So yeah, I guess that guy is dead. So we're like looking around. We find this charred book that was called Magical Wonders of Netheril, I do believe. And we find this sphere, it's a spherical thing. It's got these thin metal bands surrounding it with runes on them. And we're like, we're not going to touch that. No way. And so we don't touch it. And then there's like this weird slam door that no one was near. And like Z feels a cool breeze on his neck. And so we're like, is there a ghost in here? So Molly's like, boom, see invisibility. At first we didn't see him. Then we did see him. And it was a gnome. And he was dead. I mean, it was a spirit. And he was like, oh, he couldn't talk because we could just see him. So he's like pointing at stuff. And we'd also found this like iron bar. So he's like, bar. And the spherical object. So we're able to figure out we need to make another ring for this spherical object, which must be done here, I think, because this is where the equipment is to do it. So Molly's like, hey, Altus and Tempest, you should move that table right there. Don't touch the object or potentially dump it off the table because who knows what could happen. Well, we moved the table and we bumped the object off. I don't know whose fault it was. I think it was both of us. We both failed. And it exploded. And now Altus is a skeleton. And that's where we're at.
I believe he's actually just a pile of ash.
Entirely vaporized.
It's even worse.
So I also believe you guys never got a chance to investigate the other skeleton because of exploring the other rooms. Not that that's as important as your pile of ashen friend. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight with Hugo. Hugo.
What?
It has been nearly 2 whole days now in the dark and cold, tied up with only your familiar to keep the cool off.
Mordecai.
As you are waking up on the second morning, as you are waking up, you hear the sound of something large moving above you, as if wood and stone are grating and rolling against each other. And suddenly, for the first time since you woke up down here, there's shafts of light starting to peek through cracks in the boards where the door to the cellar would be.
Help! Unless you're that woman, then I'm fine.
As you call out, you hear muffled voices from overhead as people start to call to one another. The sounds vaguely of, there's somebody down here. And the movement of these large objects starts to move quicker and quicker as more and more light comes through the cracks of the door. And the cellar door opens outwards into what stands now for morning light as the twilight hour is midway through. There are several town watchmen peering through the hole down at you and your fox.
I think this is a good thing, Mordecai. I think there's people I've never seen before, but this is a good thing, right? You can't talk. I don't know why I'm talking to you. Help!
Get a little squeak from Mordecai as they rush down the stairs into the cellar, helping you up to a standing position as they begin to untie you.
Oh, what?
Have you survived down here since the attack? It's been days.
It feels like days, Mordecai. Yeah, he thinks it's a few days.
Let's get you some food. Let's get you out of here.
Oh, please, yes.
Now untied, they lead you up into the twilight, into Bryn Shander itself. As you see, you were underneath a collapsed building, the cellar of which was still intact. There is a line of destruction singularly going in each direction from there, as you see builders working on repairing homes around you, as the town is currently in its full swing.
Thank you for, I don't know what the custom is around here for someone saving another, but I have, I guess nothing because my pack's not on me. Rain check, I'll make you some tea later.
That would be perfectly fine. It's just, we're just glad to find somebody alive. You're the first one we found under these rubbles that's still standing.
Well, that's good. There was a woman and another group of people, kind of a short, thin guy. He had armor, a very large lady, kind of a skinny. I guess the other two are kind of skinny still too. But do you know where they are?
Wait, are you with the heroes? The ones that saved Bryn Shander?
I suppose, yes.
We should take you to the tavern here. And he leads you from where you are to the Witch's Teat to get you fed and to get a pack back for you.
Okay. There's far too many people in this town. What does the Witch's Teat look like?
At this point, because now we're in the twilight hours and people are working, it's closer to empty. There's still people coming in shifts to get the gruel and porridge that our forlorn barkeep is continuing to work on alone. There's a familiar face of another dwarf that helped you all out in the past, Hlyn, as she goes about helping him clear up and keep the tavern running, stopping fights from happening and whatnot.
I don't know your name. I'm sorry. I recognize you.
Oh, you're alive.
Briefly.
Oh, they were so worried about you.
Yes.
What kind of trouble did you get yourself into, son?
Well, there was a woman who said she could help me, but then she tied me up, and it was a big thing. Mordecai can tell you more later. But my group, do you know where they went?
Well, you won't have to worry about her anymore. From what they said, they took care of that problem trying to find you. I don't think she's with us in the side of the ethereal plane, if you know what I mean. But
so I suppose that means she probably couldn't help me and she was lying then.
I'm sorry, son. I don't really know much of the details of.
That's a bother. Well, do you know where they went?
Yes, I can take you there. And she leads you, not even taking off her apron or anything. She just sets down what she was holding and walks out as Tormund behind the bar throws up his arms looking after her. And she takes you over to the House of the Morning Lord. where she forces a small acolyte of a gnome to show you a map guiding you up to the black cabin.
I mean, not for nothing, but will this take 25 days?
No, I think it's less than a day's travel from...
Oh, okay, perfect. Yes, perfect. No, plenty of time.
Well, hopefully we'll see you before 25 days then.
I hope so too. If not, then it was nice seeing you again.
Lynn.
Dwarf. Lynn.
And she elbows Copper. Get him some traveling thing. He's helping you. And Copper kind of shrinks and goes back into the house and brings you out an axe beak from the Temple of the Morning Lord's stables. To
finally something travel. I can actually talk to. And I'll start petting the axe beak.
Yeah, just make sure you bring it back. I don't know how many they have left after this whole ordeal.
No, I definitely will.
Excellent. Well, we won't keep you any longer.
Thank you, Dwarf Lynn and Copper. I hope to see you both again. Goodbye.
It's just a Lynn, she says as you take off. And with that, we will transition back to ashes falling onto the floor.
I just fall to my knees. I'm unresponsive.
Detect thoughts and see if he's still around.
Remind me the rules of your detect thoughts.
So undead or unaffected.
Okay. So there's nothing new. It's just the forms of the three of you here.
I really want to kick it, but I'm scared to kick it, so I'm not going to kick it. But
why do you want to kick it?
Because I'm pissed off at it.
Oh, the sphere. Yeah. Don't kick the sphere.
I want to punch it into the fire so it melts down.
I was muted when I asked, does he show up on my see invisibility if I walk out there?
With that, Altus, you wake up as if from a deep sleep and find yourself looking at a strangely monotone version of the surroundings you were just in. The memory of the bright flash and everything that happened before that before you, but no memory of reaching this form. The only solid being that you can see around is a very irritated looking small gnome. Do you want to describe yourself?
So Altus looks to be the same age, has the same features. However, the top knotted ponytail that he had before is now a flowing mane. The boyish, half elf face from before is now full beard, and he is in very long, majestic robes. It is essentially what Altus views himself as on a good day, having come true.
Do I see that, or I'm confused?
Standing in the pile of ashes, similarly translucent to the irritated gnome you'd seen in the other room, stands this version of Altus.
I don't think he's truly gone, but I do believe that he has an inflated ego.
I thought they'd figured out that they weren't supposed to touch the damn thing.
Oh, he's talking to the gnome now.
It should have been more abundantly clear. Don't just leave it on a table where it can fall off and vaporize entire.
You think I wanted to leave it on a table? How do you think I ended up here in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe secure it better at a better, more proper workstation.
Well, next time I'm about to get vaporized, I will try to remember safety rules.
Anytime you're about to get vaporized, it should be priority.
They haven't touched the wine, right?
They're going to now.
I don't know what they're discussing, but I'm pretty sure it's safety concerns about how the orb had no kind of casing to hold it steady. I mean, it is literally a ball.
I was listening in, but it was unclear how thick your group are, and it's even less clear now that you've dropped the damn thing again. Did they figure it out?
The gnome's body language offends me for some reason.
The instructions aren't abundantly clear, just like the warnings aren't abundantly clear. And now that we're down a person, or they're down a person, I'm terrified to see what Tempest is going to do. Malai seems to be useful, and Z, I can never get a good read on. If I don't know what he's going to do. Where's that druid?
There's blueprints. I wrote blueprints.
To be fair, someone is following the blueprints trying to make it happen. I'm just saying.
Malai, can we fix this?
Now that we've got the table out of the way, I should be able to smelt the iron and craft a third ring. If the gnome is as thick as he seems, this might not work, though.
The gnome turns and makes a rude gesture at you from...
Oh my. If we do fix this, I don't think we should bring the gnome back. He seems very aggressive. He may have already become a poltergeist.
Are your friends always this difficult?
Screw the gnome. Do you think we can fix it? And do you think fixing it will give us a way to bring back all this?
I mean, in theory, it should be possible. If the orb caused him to be in this state, then it should be maybe possible, perhaps, on some theoretical level someday, maybe, yes.
They're being entirely ridiculous. The orb only controls weather. It's not going to bring you back from the dead. That's absurd.
How does it vaporize someone to a different plane by an attempt to making it rain?
I'm not trying to make it rain. I'm trying to save the North. I'm doing Lathander's work, and I'm going to turn off the winter. And if they can figure it out, at least I won't have died in vain, and neither will you. We're both, yeah.
Okay, do your blueprints explain how trying to bring about the sun equals vaporization? I
think you just answered your own question.
If I have thaumaturgy left, I cast that as I am screaming about vaporization.
As you shake your hands to try and do it, nothing happens.
At that, I just sit down, very defeated looking.
If the two specters in the room could move to a separate room to argue, I am trying to focus here, and it's very distracting.
The gnome huffs and just turns and walks straight through the wall back into the laboratory.
I get up and I move next to Tempest and Z, wherever they're at, and I just sit crisscross down.
Tempest, Altus is sitting next to you. Perhaps a friendly pat on the shoulder will make him feel better. I'm going to work on this ring now. What is required of me, Jake? Also, thanks for the follow, Drunk Otaku.
Drunk Otaku, you're pretty cool.
I mean, he called Jake cute, not me, so I don't know how cool they could be. But
Okay.
In the next room, you hear the sound of papers beginning to ruffle as you're working. What I need you to do first is make an insight check.
Into the blueprints?
Into like what you're, and because you were starting to tinker with the actual device, or were you looking at the blueprints now?
I was looking at the blueprints trying to make the iron ring. That's what I had left off at. We were moving the things away from the fire so I could melt the iron using
so go ahead.
Z's fire bolts.
So go ahead and make a intelligence insight check.
So insight, but using intelligence.
Yes, you got it.
I'm not proficient in insight, so I'll just make an intelligence roll. 16.
All right. So yeah, you can immediately see what would need to be done as far as the design of the band to make it match the other ones. So with that, you can instruct Z on how to melt it to the proper consistency. And from there, we'll need to do Smith's tools checks.
Okay. Just let me know when you want me to make those.
Okay. Z, go ahead and roll me 3 attack rolls for with your spell ability.
21. Oh God, I can't do math. 13. And another 21.
Okay, so as you're aiming at the fireplace, you are able to hit the iron bar as you all have set it within a smelting pot from your artificer's smith's tools, and you are able to take it down into a liquid form as he pours over the blueprints themselves. And as you get to this point, Hugo, you arrive at the edge of a ravine, having taken a similar path to all of them, leaving town only about a half an hour after they had. The building itself is in shambles. You can see that the windows are all blown out, and there is a broken ladder, stepway leading up and around the building, part of it already fallen into the ravine below.
Okay.
From the inside, there are lights as fire bolts go off that you can see through the window.
Where am I coming from?
You are coming from, so I'm going to put your character on the map here. You are coming from here, but you are bigger.
I don't see that.
There you go.
You on gem layer?
It's on token layer now.
Oh, I wasn't that far down. So where is the ravine?
Oh,
It's all those trees there underneath the building.
Where there's, the cracks off to the side in the west.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got that now. I will, and this is 20 feet up. I guess I'll try to stealthily walk up and over to the door or window.
Okay. So approaching the window on the inside, you can see Z throwing fire bolts into a fireplace as Malai pours over blueprints and Tempest sits huddled on the ground in the corner, nearly in tears.
I will use Mordecai's ability to teleport inside, and I will grab Malai and say, "Ha! I found you!" And I'll pick him up.
I'm wearing full bigger than me plate armor, but
and I'll try to pick him up.
Go ahead and roll a strength check.
That's something. I forgot how to roll dice. 15.
Yeah, you are able to get him a couple inches off the ground.
Hugo, where have you been? We almost got killed by a druid looking for you, and then we fought a giant skeleton, some invisible creatures. We threw a dead lady's house inside of, not house, her head, inside of a brazier, and then we went back to town, and you still weren't there, so we assumed you'd abandoned us at that point, so we came here, and then Altus got vaporized by a magic orb that I'm attempting to fix right now.
That's a lot. I got swindled by a woman saying that she could help me. And she locked me up in a basement, and I was there for a few days, and I got let out by some town guard, I think. I re-met the nice dwarf lady, and she told me where you were, and I came here.
Well, it's nice to see that you didn't die, for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy about that too.
Look, Tempest, Hugo's okay.
Altus died, though.
Oh, it's okay. We're trying to fix that currently.
Oh,
I'm gonna, from sitting on the ground, just wave it at Hugo.
He says hello.
I thought he was dead.
Yes, but he's not really dead. He seems to be trapped in the ethereal plane, and I can see him as I have magic active as I tap my eyes that are kind of glowing a little bit.
Got it.
There's also an angry
Right.
gnome who I believe has become a poltergeist.
Little one, you're as weird as ever. And I'll clap him on the shoulder. And I'll see if I can go and hug Z and Tempest as well.
Z actually will give you a full-on hug.
And I'll lift him off the ground.
Easier with
Z, be mindful of the temperature of the flame. Come now.
Put me down, please.
Just unresponsive.
I'll give her just like a pat on the shoulder. And I'll walk away. So you're trying to heat the thing.
Yes, I'm trying to determine the exact dimensions we'll need for the third ring, as the angry gnome seems to think that the third ring will fix the device, and seeing as the device is what vaporized Altus and trapped him in the ethereal plane, I'm assuming I might be able to anchor him back to the material plane this way. I'm not really sure. I'm operating purely on conjecture at this point, but I'm doing my best.
So you're trying to heat the thing.
Currently, yes, that is
Okay.
what Z is doing.
Do you need help, Z?
I mean, you're probably better at it than I am.
I will cast a flaming sphere under the cauldron.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the fireplace itself is filled with this sphere as it takes up the space just outside and inside, scorching the stone as it heats the entire place hotter than the firebolts were even able.
Well, be careful that you don't oversmelt it now.
I will move it slightly away.
Excellent. All right. Altus, you said you were sitting down next to Tempest on the ground, or?
Yes.
Okay. There's a ruffling from the next room as a blueprint, as if by the motion of the wind, comes floating through the door and settles onto the floor.
That's for me to see?
I mean, anybody can see it.
Okay.
Altus, if you could bring that to me.
I'm going to stand up, walk over to it. I look at it on the floor, and I look over at Malai, then I look at my hands.
The gnome was able to do it. Figure it out.
And then I try to pick it up. It's less than
All
5
right.
pounds, but I don't know how this works.
Yes. All right. So you are going to need to roll for me. Let me find it real quick. I had it and then I scrolled down to read something else. Okay. Can you please roll a charisma check for me? Just straight charisma, no modifiers.
3.
You reach your hand down to try and do it, and it goes right through the floor and comes back up.
I look very defeated, and then I look over at Tempest being sad, and I shake it out, and I have to try again.
The gnome walks out at that point and turns to you. Don't even bother. It's not even at that point yet. I'm just trying to get things organized for him, and then goes back and starts trying to move things around in the room. And through the door, you can see that he reaches down and goes through paper, and then takes a second and reaches down and shifts it over, and reaches down and goes through and shifts it over. Are you going to try again?
Yep. Anything to speed up this process. Okay, that time was a 6. So if I try 2 more times.
All right.
I just walk over and grab the blueprint.
On the blueprint itself, you see a long rectangle measured out, and on it are runes similar to what you saw on the device itself, but they're drawn out calligraphically, so it's much more detailed coming down the sheet.
Yeah, I know what calligraphically means.
Like in
100%.
calligraphy.
All right, so those are the runes I need to put on it, I'm assuming.
And you see the gnome emphatically nod as he reaches down and tries to pick up another sheet and misses again and throws up his hands and walks out of sight.
You know, for someone who screwed this up in the first place, you're awful uppity about it.
He walks over and you see him gesturing and like speaking loudly and angrily. And Altus, you hear, well, if you want to come up from something from scratch that's been out of service for 10,000 years, then you be my guest. And you just see gesturing wildly as he gets angrier and angrier and then turns around and starts shifting papers around and actually succeeding this time.
I swear, other artificers are so persnickety about their work.
All right. So can I please get a smithing tools check if you are going to be attempting this, Malai?
Yes, sir. All right. That is 14 plus 4, 18 plus 3, which is a number. 21.
Okay. With that, you are able to, using the tools at your disposal, especially the extra smithing tools that they even had available in the laboratory itself, pour out the bar into a thin rectangle of metal.
I just remembered I actually get advantage on tool checks.
It was successful.
I'm just saying my second one was a 23. So
with that advantage, yeah, there's even a little sparkle on the iron as it begins to cool in its template. All right. Are any of the rest of you doing anything as he's working?
Pacing around.
So, Z, what's happened in the last few days?
Well, we went searching for you and got ambushed. And then we came here and Altus died. So we're doing really well.
Ooh, I could see that.
How was your past couple of days being tied up and all?
Oh, it was good. Cold. Mordecai was there, but he was only there 2 hours each day. So, yeah, it was fun. My hands kind of hurt still, but it's all right.
Are you injured at all?
No,
Oh, okay.
just my pride.
Wow.
Emotions.
I feel that.
All right.
I'm glad you're back.
another smith tools or?
Yes. Can I actually this time get a dexterity arcana check?
So do I get to add my int to arcana and then plus a dexterity or?
Just your dexterity roll plus whatever you have as a bonus to arcana.
So I have expertise in arcana. So do I still double that?
Yes, the number you have written down on the sheet. Yeah, whatever that plus is next to arcana.
Well, that includes my int. That's why I was. Never mind.
So just use your doubled proficiency and then your bonus from dex.
Okay, so that is a 15.
Okay, and that's with everything together?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lot more difficult than you expected. And are you using, you have Tinkerer's tools as well, right?
I have Tinkerer's tools, Cartographer's tools, Alchemy supplies, Smith's tools, and Thieves' tools.
Tinkerer's tools provide advantage on the check.
Okay, good. All right, that's a 19.
Okay, so with that, you are able to line up the bar with the blueprints as you begin to etch out each of the symbols one by one. This takes a few hours as you're working your way down to get them the same amount of depth as indicated in the design itself, moving row by row by row down all of these symbols. And finally, after that time, the bar is completed. And can I get another smithing tools check?
Yes. Can I, before we do that, can I recast the invisibility to make sure this is meeting the gnome standards before I continue?
Sure.
Because it would have wiped. All right. So I show it to him. It's like, does this look where we should be?
He leans over the table, peering at the blueprints, checking the bar, moving down them one by one. And he looks up to Altus and goes, they're not entirely useless. This is not bad work. I would have made it a little bit cleaner in some of the edging, but overall, I think it'll work.
Will you write that down on a parchment and sign that so I can show them? Because they will not believe that. I don't believe you just said that.
Do you know how long that would take? Now we're back to Dents again. And he turns to look at you and just nods his head.
I look at Malai and I point to the gnome and I just...
So it's bad?
I'm already dead. What are you going to do to me?
Upon Malai asking that, it's good. It's good.
All right.
So can I get a smithing tool check?
That is a dirty 20, good sir.
Okay. With that, you are able to... is anybody going to help him with the fire? Or are you guys going to use the natural fire?
I mean, if it'll help, I'll help with the fire.
No.
So with your druid and sorcerer's help, you're able to get the bar heated with your smithing tools and bend it until as it stretches, it forms another 6-inch diameter ring, matching the blueprints and looking similar to the others on the fallen device on the floor.
All right. So now we come to the part that I don't understand. How am I supposed to attach this to the device? Do you have blueprints on that process? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my invisible friends.
This is a very frustrating method of communication.
If just help, I'll help you find whatever you need and we can both try to get it across.
He just needs to pick it up.
And then what?
Put the
Hey,
ring
Coulter,
on.
is there any chance that I could like make a check to try and read his lips? I am very intelligent.
Go ahead and make... So that would, I think, be a perception check.
I'm not as good at that. Would you like me to attempt it, or?
It would be, I'm trying to think of what, perception or insight, either of those. But
the only reason I think, and I'm not criticizing you, the only reason I think of it as an intelligence one is because there's a feat that lets you do it that's an intelligence-based feat. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I think it's like, never mind. Whatever you want me to roll.
If you'd like to do, I would either say use perception or insight.
Okay. It's the same roll for me, so. Yeah, no, it's only a 7. I can't get him. But does he mime it? Can I like...
He does eventually, after talking to Altus and trying to figure out how to tell you, just he walks over to the orb itself with like, big face, yes. And then does a very big gesture of leaning down and picking it up.
Well, my only stipulation on that is last time somebody interacted with the sphere, and he points over to Altus, they ended up there. So you're saying it's safe now.
Leaning down, picking it up. And it's more emphatic now. And the big smile of explaining it is gone.
All right. Everyone who's not in the ethereal plane, exit the room while I do this. Yes, Hugo, that's you, Z, and Tempest. If you could step into the other room, just in case.
Okay, I'm gonna go here, but I'm watching from the door because I want to see.
I finally stand up and I go, I'll do it.
I think it would be better if I do it, Tempest. Don't worry, I should be able to survive a blast. I promise you. Okay. I'm not as weak as I look, I promise. Let me do this. Let me do everything I can to bring Altus back.
Okay, I walk outside.
You go outside.
Isn't that where did you stay? Where are you? You're right there. And in there. Okay, I'll go in there.
I will lay my hand on your shoulder.
All right, I'm going to do what the gnome showed me to do.
Okay. As you bend down, gingerly bringing your hands to either side of the apparatus and pick it up, nothing happens.
All right, I set it gently on the table and begin the process of attaching the third ring.
He turns to Altus and just goes, I thought I was entirely clear that it was discharged. There's nothing to worry about. I don't understand what all of this precaution is about. And he starts pacing again as you begin your work. And can I please get another dexterity arcana check?
Can we do something other than dexterity? That's not Malai's strong suit. But I get advantage, right? Because you said it's Tinker's Tools?
Tools, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you, Jesus. 15 plus 6. So 21.
Okay. So the rings themselves can rotate back and forth. And as he kind of points at spots on the blueprint to show you where an opening spot would be, you're able to snap the ring that you just made into place over the other two, creating a third ring around the center. And with that, I will be right back. So nothing happens and you're able to get the ring back into place.
All right. But nothing happens, I'm assuming?
No. So he starts again talking to Altus, the more casually this time as you've been successful. Well, at least that's one thing off the books. Hopefully I can be out of here soon.
We're getting there. I have faith.
So I know that one's, he's pointing at Malai. So that one at least is a little bit magical. The other two are also magical. I don't see if your muscular friend in the other room that seems sad was, but does somebody know how to attune to this thing?
I believe we'll be able to. The fiery one, he's new, but Z at this point now is an old friend. It feels like I've known him for a lifetime. I believe he'll be able to attune to it. I just don't know how to pantomime attune.
Okay. And he walks over.
Give him play the fiddle.
He walks over to the soot on the ground, and he reaches down, and his finger goes through the floor. He shakes his hand. And he writes out in the soot of Altus's ashes a tune.
I say, oh, no, my name is Altus.
Ah, I see. You need to attune to the artifact in order to get to activate it. Oh, I can do that.
So I take it you're not the wizard in the group.
I'm not, no.
Huh. Shocker.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, shit. Damn.
Thank you for your help.
That's what I thought that meant. You're welcome.
And he stands back and waits as Malai starts to focus on attuning to the item itself. Malai, inside of the center of this rock that has returned to having the appearance of coal, a light begins to bloom from the center. And as you're holding it, the circles around the outside start to shift naturally until they end up equidistant from one another. Is there anything else that anybody else wants to do as Malai is attuning to this? I believe you all are still in the next room.
No.
Okay.
I just slumped down again.
You might want to attend to the sad one. I mean, you can touch things.
I can.
It's not consistent, but you know.
You know what? Thank you for letting me know that people will feel it too.
Yeah, you can exert 5 pounds of force on about anything in the material plane. Doesn't matter if it's living or not. Plus, she's going to be a distraction while he's attuning.
Living or not. That almost sounds ominous. I know you didn't mean it that way. I'm just overthinking it.
You could also use it on a corpse.
I walk over to Tempest and I try to give her a hug. I don't really know how to prepare for it though, so I just and I just go for it.
Give me the roll.
I'm back
You are
down to a
half
3.
elf, good sir.
It's a straight I don't get my stats right now. I get ethereal blob stats.
Ethereal blob.
So I take it that was less than the necessary DC?
Oh yeah.
No, that was actually my band name in high school. Ethereal blob.
You go right through Tempest. Your arms actually like basically inside of her like middle torso as you stand up.
I don't feel anything.
Mm-mm.
Shake it off like I've seen the gnome do. And I look over like, am I doing that right? And then I try again, damn it.
I'm just psyching myself up. You don't really have to shake.
It looks like it works. This dice is retired.
Okay. As he's working on that, the circles begin to twist and turn, almost becoming less than solid as they contain the energy within as you become fully attuned. And you get the feeling of what exactly this could do. And it is a control weather orb. So it's a summer star that can control the weather in the area.
Permanently or like one time?
Not clear yet.
You came my BFF Jill.
Nice. Missed you, Hank.
I miss you too, Mike, so much.
All right.
You want to give it another go, Altus?
So I don't see how this could bring Altus back.
No, nothing about it does. It is only a weather orb.
Damn it, Coulter.
A few more shakes. I finally rolled a 16.
With that, Tempest, you feel a sense of warmth as he actually succeeds in a light hug.
I'm so sorry.
Hugo.
Yes.
If you could come in here, I would like your druidic expertise on an issue.
Okay. I'll jauntily come in.
I will drop to a whisper. All right, I thought this would somehow bring Altus back, but it doesn't seem to be able to do that at all. So now I'm panicking because I can't let Tempest down. I told her that this would work. I've just spent several hours trying to fix it, and it is just a orb of control weather, which would be wonderful for the witch's teat to have nice balmy weather outside of it, but it's not going to help us bring him back at all. So you are the closest thing I have to a healer of some kind. Can you do anything?
Without a body, not much I can do.
Well, he has a body. It's all right there, molecularly.
I need it whole and non-molecular.
Coulter, I need a mulligan because I really don't want Altus to die.
So at this point, the orb is ready for casting if you want to use it. You know that it's powered up, you are attuned to it. So you have an active item now. Whether you want to use it now or not is up to you, but it is active.
But in no way do I feel like this would bring Altus back.
No, not the item.
And is it dangerous to touch?
No, with the addition, and you can see this from the blueprints as well and from the successful checks you made, with the addition of this extra ring, it became stable. So it is now safe to use.
And what is the item called?
A summer star.
Sorry.
I think Z seeing it powered up is going to come out. What's going on? So hold up.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to activate it still. I'm just working on it.
He's panicking because it won't bring Altus back.
Hugo.
I found that ripping these Band-Aids off is the best way to go about it.
Okay, so why haven't you activated it?
Well, it seems it might only be a one-time use.
Okay.
I just
This
walk
is-
outside.
This is what we're here to do. Is this going to help us or is this going to hurt us?
I mean, it should theoretically let me bring back summer in a controlled area. I mean, I would have full control over the weather.
Okay, so Altus didn't die for nothing then.
Theoretically, I don't know how stable it is or how often I could use it. I'll activate the orb. Jinx.
All right. So activating it casts the spell Control Weather. So you can decide the temperature, the wind, and the precipitation.
I want to make it a wonderful summer day with a light, warm rain.
As your intention goes into the orb itself, the light grows and begins to extend outside of the range, almost as you did before, but instead of that violent bright flash, it's now this slow, warm extension that covers all of you one by one, going through the walls and outside. And Tempest, outside, you can feel the shift as a light, warm rain begins to fall from above, and the snow around the pillars of the cabin below begins to melt as it just extends further and further away.
Well,
it worked. I was right the entire time. And Copper is never going to live this down. And as he's going on, McCrae is talking about how he's going to tell Copper what he did and that he was right the entire time. You see Altus, his form begins to dissolve as he's laughing and happy and leaves the border ethereal.
Bye.
I start looking at myself to see what's about to happen.
On your side, there is a man standing, fully clothed, fully in color, in white robes with armor over the top. And he turns to you and says, "Send my regards to Tyr." And then snaps, and there's a flash of blinding white light, and you are on the ground next to the table, whole in material.
Wait, what?
I don't know. We didn't see anything.
Oh, we didn't? Okay.
Nope.
I stand up and I try to collect myself, and where was everybody else while this was happening?
I was going to follow Dream, or not Dream, Tempest outside.
out here because I was talking to Molly.
I would have just gone up to like next to Z and like, well, that was weird.
Wait, he's there now?
Yeah, I'm confused as to where Altus is currently.
I believe he is there because he reappeared where his ashes were.
So he did reform.
Okay, he's back
Yeah.
in our plan. If he just appeared next to me and like, I'd probably smack him out of like reaction. Like what?
Altus?
Did you say you smack him out of reaction?
No, me reacting would have smacked him.
Got it.
Because like I don't know what's going on.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
12.
I don't believe that meets Altus's armor class. So as you do, you end up just clipping your hand on his armor and coming away with a little bit of a stubbed finger.
Ow! Wait, you're... and I'm just gonna grab Altus and hug him.
Altus, I don't mean to seem ungrateful, but this should not have done that.
Molly, just shut up for once.
Well, I mean, we have to consider the implication.
Shut up and like be in the moment. Dude.
I am very much so in the moment. That doesn't make sense.
As I'm hugging Z, I try to pull Walleye in. I'm like, you two, come here.
Well, maybe we should go outside where there's a wonderful summer rain going before it's over.
I gasp and run down into the summer rain, and I shout, "Tempest! Tempest!"
Look at him, and I march up to him, and I give him a fat kiss.
Shit.
I lean into Z and go, "Oh my."
Okay. All right. Well, that was different.
Red.
And then I lean towards Hugo and go, "I'm sorry."
It's fine. I mean, she didn't kiss me when I came back, but it's okay.
In fact, I break the kiss and I notice you and I'm like, "Hey, Hugo, you're here?"
Red all over.
I didn't know fire Nazis could blush.
I'm going to pat Hugo on the head softly. Just, it's okay, buddy.
All right. Well, I can't take credit for this, but we do have a control weather orb and Altus is back. So I guess our business here is completed.
Give me an Arcana check, Molly.
Yes, sir. Finally, something I expect to do. Well, that would be a nat 20 plus 10. That's a 30, my dude.
We play Starfinder? I didn't know that.
The orb itself, the summer star, has gone back to dark. It cast the spell that was inside of it, that it was powered to use, a level 8 spell, and it is now mundane.
Well, my friends, we have about 8 hours of this wonderful summer weather, and Altus is back, so we might as well stay here and enjoy it.
Can I see that?
Of course, it's non-functional.
Z's gonna punt it as far as he can because he's.
See, I appreciate your anger at the object, but I did spend a lot of time fixing that, and it was semi-important to me, and it's symbol of hope for the future. And
I'll go find it. I want to kick it too. I take off running for it.
Me next. Me after.
I guess I have the blueprints. I could build another one.
Tempest, you managed to reach it right before it goes off the edge of the ravine. As the ground itself has become a lot more slick now, as the snow has begun to melt all around the cabin, revealing the dead grass beneath.
Coulter, I will come to your house if you say make a dex check to not fall into the ravine right now. I will come to your house. I've never threatened to DM before.
No. Tempest, as you reach down to pick up the orb, all of you that are outside now feel a cold wind come from the east.
Oh, she pissed.
And as that wind picks up, the rain continuing to fall warm, but unable to shake off its chill, a light comes over the ridge. And the minions of the Frostmaiden have found you.
Oh, they're in trouble because Tempest is in a really good mood.
Oh, wait, do I still have that advantage on my...
Yeah, you do.
Yes, oh no. Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry. I got an 8 and a 1, so...
Oh no.
Do remember, Helena, you're over here.
I was outside already, so that is nice.
But you're over by the ravine because you ran over to grab the orb.
Okay, I'll move myself.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get you guys all settled where you would be.
Well, if I punted it, then I'm somewhere about here.
And I was standing with Hugo, consoling him.
I am really hurt still. Just FYI, everyone.
Wait.
I thought you got some healing from Z last time.
Well, and we also took several short rests, not for nothing.
Oh, okay.
So if you spent hit die.
All right, Tempest, what was your full final initiative?
9.
Okay.
I got an 8. I'm not good at that.
Got a 12.
Really considering the alert feat just so I don't suck at initiative.
I mean, if I need to start giving you advantage, I can.
I just have a -1 to it, so it sucks.
I got a 10.
Right.
And before we begin this combat, I would also like to point out, can you imagine if we didn't have Malai for this encounter, how badly that would have gone?
Yeah. that would not have worked.
I got a 4.
Oh my, we are all having a rough day for initiative today.
Well, we were happy.
We were enjoying a nice rain.
Somebody just came back from the dead. All right, so that means that the enemy is going first. And
what bad could that possibly do?
Well, I mean, we did just snub the Frostmaiden by bringing Summer back when she has made it clear she doesn't want that brought back. So
we know she already wants us dead. So
if she didn't before, she does now.
And it could be so happy.
Fuck you.
Is there somebody named Finnick in the Hunger Games?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because somebody posted a Hunger Games meme the other day, and they were saying they were waiting for Finnick.
It was one of the tributes. Is he the guy with the trident?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And so I thought somebody had made a meme about the stream, but it was about Hunger Games.
Hey. All right, so these two. So the Cold Walkers and the Ice Mephits come soaring off of the ridge, running at all of you, as the first one shoots a ray at Z. That's going to be a 10 to hit from the first one and a 15 to hit from the second one.
Nope.
Neither?
Nope.
Excellent. As both of them hit the ground in front of you mid-run and frost beginning to form over the grass again in the spot of their rays. The Ice Mephits floating just off the ground move forward as well. And can I please get a deck save from Z?
Why are you coming after me?
I'm sorry. You were
I
in
didn't do
front.
anything to you.
Oh, hey, Hank, can you move the map down a little bit? They're saying they can't see it.
Yeah. Thanks. That's an 18 dex save.
You are able to make it. So with that, you take 2 cold damage as the Mephit opens up its mouth and shoots a ray of frost in a cone reaching out that nearly hits Altus but stops at Z. And that is going to be the end of their turn. Can I get Hugo?
You can get me.
You can get it.
You have me already, Coulter.
And my ass.
It's the first time we've been able to say that in weeks.
Okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Excellent. And who are you casting it on?
Let's see. I'm going to do it at 4th level, and I'm going to do 1 for each of them.
Okay.
Wait, 4th level?
Right? Or 3rd level and 1 for each of them.
I was like, wait.
My bad. So I'll go top down, I guess.
Okay.
First one is a... Sorry, I haven't played D&D in a long time.
Getting warmed up with the Scorching Ray.
23
Hits.
for the first one. Second one is 17.
Hits.
Third one is 21.
Hits.
Fourth one is 22.
Hits. And there are 5 total.
So then just the top 4.
Okay, got it. So that hit all of them.
Cool. And then I'm going to do some damage. And 2d6 for each.
Okay.
So we're going top down again. That is 10 points of damage. 9. That is a 12. And that is 8.
All right. As you do that, this ice mephit in the center, flapping its wings, melts into nothing as what little is left of it falls onto the ground, leaving spots in the melted snow. And that one is gone. Anything else on your turn, Hugo?
No, that's it.
Okay. Z?
Can I get a dex saving throw from all of them?
All of them? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you come up with a perfectly practical solution to the problem?
What am I trying to hit?
You're trying to hit a 14.
Okay, so the top 3 failed, the bottom one made it.
Okay. Just because I don't feel like it, we're going to roll this in roll 20. Where's my roll there?
You can do it, Hank.
No, I can't. Thank you. I'm excited. So they all, if they fail, they take 29 fire damage as I throw a fireball right here.
Nice.
The fireball.
Okay.
So if I throw it here, it should hit all of them and not hit any of us.
These 2 both die, and as they shatter, they do damage to both of the ones on either side of them. As you see them explode, and all right, they both make those saves. All right. The Mephit's apparently out of the picture. Is that the end of your turn?
I might take a little step back here just to be safe. Yeah.
All right. As they are now closer up to you, you can see that each of these beings, and I'll show you what they look like, because while you probably know what the Mephits looked like, you may not have seen these ones before.
Our fans might not know what a Mephit looks like.
Oh, I can show both. So this is what is approaching you. Wearing winter clothes with light coming out, shedding light around it in every direction.
Hey, this is a humanoid, right?
It is. And the things that you just destroyed before they could do very much are...
Is it artifacts?
Oh, sorry, I closed the method. Can you throw it up? There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a looker.
All right. So from Z, we are down to Tempest.
All right. I'm gonna run up to this one. I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna hit it twice recklessly. I gotta impress all the boys. They're doing all this damage, and that all sucks. Okay, so 17 and 8 plus 7 is 15.
Sorry, I didn't close it soon enough. Tempest right here.
Okay. So both of those will hit.
Okay. I'm on a roll damage. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. 7 plus 4, 11 plus 12, 23. 23. And then he gets a dex save for I will try hit with him lightning.
14.
That makes it so he takes 2 more from that.
Okay. All right. As it shivers and shakes from the lightning hitting it, we are down from Tempest to Malai.
Oh, right. Malai is just going to... Sorry, I had to open my door. It's so hot in here. And now all of my dogs are like, we can access you again. I'm going to move down here. And since I'm in my stealth configuration for my armor, I'm going to shoot laser beams.
Laser beams.
My cat is in front of my screen, so I can't see anything.
Send it on you.
It just gets so hot in this back room with the door closed that I had to open it, but then everyone attacked me. So that's going to be a dirty 20 for the first one and a 12 for the second one.
Both of those will hit.
Oh, cool. So the first one...
Sorry, you said a 12 for the second one?
Yeah.
One hits, one does not.
Okay. So the first one does 6 base damage.
Okay.
And then an additional 3 for a total of 9 lightning damage.
All right.
Zap, zap.
Excellent. And is there anything else on your turn, Molly?
I don't think so. No.
Altus, we're up to you as the wind begins to pick up harder, all coming from the east.
Barnaby. Shh.
Bless you, Barnaby.
Okay. I'm going to run over here. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Yes. You can love Spirit Guardians.
What does that look like?
I'm going to designate basically all the allies to not be affected.
Okay.
Designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. Yeah. So all
Even
of the allies.
England?
Oh,
never mind. It's World War II joke. Ignore me.
Okay. This is fantasy, not World War II.
All right. So what does that do?
Basically, I call forth spirits from Tyr to protect us. I am mostly good, so they are angelic. I'd like to think that they're like white and radiant, but with a little bit of black coming through them. And then once they come down and lock on to the beings attacking us, I'm going to end my turn so that way it gets closer to their turn starting, because that's when they take effect.
Right after you?
When they begin their turn, yeah.
Excellent. And you notice that the forms look like the angelic forms that you've brought forth before with these spirit guardians, but instead of the fist of Tyr on their garb, there is a sunrise emblazoned across it. All right. And do they go right after you?
They're Stuff goes on when the enemy's turn. Yeah. When the
Excellent.
enemy begins their turn.
Excellent. So from Altus, that actually begins the enemy's turn.
Yes. I kept track of that.
With that, out of the ice itself that is not quite melted at the edges of the screen, raise things that are not coming onto the map.
There's one.
There we go. And they are going to move forward.
Yes, enter my aura.
3.
Come to me.
And these two are both going to attempt to attack Altus.
When they enter the area, I need a wisdom saving throw when they enter my 15 feet.
All right. That is a 13 and a 19.
The 19 saves, but the 13 does not. So that's going to
What
be
happens to him?
11 damage for the one that did not save. I think 5 damage for the one that did save. Yeah, I have it down.
They both give high-pitched screeches as they hit your barrier. And then they each reach out to attack. The first one attempts a frost breath on you, and can I please get a dex save?
You may. Oh, that's an 8.
Excellent. And the second one turns and puts its hand into the ice and tries to pull it forward. And as it does, nothing happens. And it starts slamming its fingers into the ground, but not being successful. The one that cast the ice breath on you, you are going to take 5 damage. And that's going to be cold damage. And then these two, this one is going to turn on Tempest. And
did they make their wisdom saving throws when they started their turn?
Oh, they have not yet.
Cool.
Thank you. All right. The top one got a 3. The bottom one got a 16.
The 16 does save, I believe.
Okay. So how much damage for the top one? Another 11 damage?
Yeah, we can use the same roll if you'd like, because it was supposed to all be
at once. Okay, cool. Excellent. You see the top one, as its radiant damage hits, shakes as it's beginning to move forward. And the bottom one, that is a 21 to hit, Tempest.
Yeah.
For 10 bludgeoning damage and 12 cold damage. So 22 damage total.
Okay.
How are you looking, Tempest?
I'm at 38.
And Altus does a 22 hit.
Yeah, just barely.
All right, that is 17 cold damage to you. And is this a concentration? Your spirit guardian?
It is, yeah.
Go ahead and make a con save for me.
Nope.
And okay, so your spirit guardians are now gone.
And how much cold damage was that? I'm sorry.
That was 17 cold damage. Ooh. The second one moved forward at Hugo. And that's a 14 to hit. Hugo?
Yeah, that's my AC.
Okay, so that's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage and 16 cold damage as it body slams you moving forward, the ice enveloping your entire body. And then it turns with a jerky motion to look at Malai. Malai does an 18 hit. A ray of ice shoots out of the light from the hood and hits the wall of the cabin, causing the entire thing to shake. And that's going to bring us down to Hugo.
Wow. Okay. A lot just happened there. I'm going to cast Aura Vitality. So it's myself in a 30-foot radius of me. Healing energy radiates from you with an aura of 30 feet until the spell ends. That aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura, including you, to regain 2 d6 HP.
Excellent. And the casting tab is 1 action. Okay, great. So that's everybody should be in that aura now.
Yeah, concentration up to a minute. Can I add an aura in?
Yes.
Do we do that now or on our turn?
I can only do it once as a bonus action, so I choose who gets it each turn. And this turn, I'm going to do myself because that was a lot of damage.
Okay. Excellent. Is there anything else you can do, Molly? Or sorry, Hugo?
That's it.
Okay. Z.
Oh Lord. Okay. Where are we at here? What is this? Okay, I'm gonna make a ranged attack against this gent here.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Oh, sweet. That is 8 fire. I'm sorry, wait. 8 force damage.
Okay. 8 force total?
8 force total, and then because I got the same number on 2D, it's going to jump. Or it can jump, so I'm going to target this guy.
Okay,
See if it'll
go ahead.
jump to him. So let's make another attack roll, though. That's another 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 9. Let's go. That's going to be 14 psychic damage.
Okay. Both of them react, and you see the lights flicker underneath the hood before stabilizing once more. Did you make your wild magic roll?
I just made this one, and then that was a 10, and I'm going to roll again because I didn't do when I did the fireball. And that's a correct die. That's a 7, not a 1. Okay. We're good.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Z?
Oh, that's it.
Tempest.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to take 2 whacks at that guy. It's going to be 15 plus 7. That's 22 and 19.
Both hit.
Yeah.
Tempest shining in hand-to-hand combat.
12. 19. And so that's 19. And then he makes another dex save.
Okay. He is starting to look real bad as that light is beginning to flicker more and more. His dex save is an 8.
So he takes 3. Oh no, he got an 8. Sorry, he takes full 6.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, he looks awful as like the light is blinking in and out of your face as it tries to stabilize itself. And that brings us down to Malai.
All right. Malai, what?
Nothing. Go ahead. Take your turn.
Malai wishes he hadn't wasted so many spell slots on Sea of Invisibility and is going to double whammy this guy again.
Which one? This one?
The closest one.
Okay.
Yeah. Actions. There we go. For an 11.
Does not
and
hit.
A 25.
Does hit. So you now know that their ACs are somewhere between 11 and 25.
Perfect.
So that's a total of 8 damage.
Okay. All right.
I do not like this armor form as much as my guardian form.
All right, Molly, anything else?
That's all I got. So
Altus, we're back to you.
Having seen the two that just popped up, I'm going to do I want to do magic? No, I just want to swing with them. Because I died and came back, or plane shifted and came back, is my rapier not magic anymore? Not enchanted?
You were returned exactly as you left.
Okay.
And I'm still technically maintaining that infusion, so it technically comes from me. So I'm assuming it. Yeah.
Okay. All tracking, all making sense. I'm just double checking. I'm going to swing at this one.
Okay, go ahead.
With the magical rapier. That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So where did that dice go? That's going to be 6 piercing damage.
Right.
And that's the first damage that one's taken, correct?
No, you did damage to that one with your spiritual guardian.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to turn to this bottom one of the two, and with my bonus action, swing at that one with my rapier.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
And that one's going to be 8 piercing damage as well.
All right. So both of these ones are definitely looking bloodied now, as are the other two. Anything else on your turn, Altist?
That's going to be it.
All right. That's going to bring us back to them. And Tempest, can I have you make a con save?
Oh, no. Um, 8. Oh.
As you are fighting it, the hood turns to look directly at your face, and the light just blasts you, and you are blinded.
Okay.
And 6 does not hit you, and a 15 does not hit you, right?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
A 15 does, yes.
Okay. So that is going to be 9 bludgeoning damage and 14 cold damage as it attacks you, now blinded. All right. And can I get a con save from Hugo?
That's so good. 7.
You are also blinded as
sorry, 8.
As the same thing happens to you, it grabs you by the shoulders to stabilize you and flashes light into your face. And then does a 7 hit?
No.
All right. And then Malai does a 22 hit.
22 will hit, yeah.
Okay, so you are going to take 29 cold damage.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements as a reaction to half that damage.
Okay. Excellent. And then these two are both going to turn on Altus.
What have I done?
All right. Altus does a 21 hit.
Yeah, it sure
and does
does.
a 7 hit.
It sure does not.
All right, so you take 4 slashing and 4 cold from the first one as they each reach out and attack you. The second one missing, just too weak to move forward. Hugo, you are blinded.
I am blinded.
Blinded by the
And your Aura of Vitality is a concentration spell. Can I get a con save?
I'd love to give you a con save. That is a 11.
Right.
Oh, guys.
So you are able to maintain that by just 1. Go ahead. What is your turn?
So Aura Vitality doesn't have a visual component on it. It just says anyone that's in the aura. So I'll leave that up to you if I can heal anybody.
Yeah, if there's not a visual component, I'm fine with that.
So I will screw it. I'll have use my action to have Mordecai appear right next to me. And when he appears, he does 2d6 fire damage to everyone in the adjacent square. So I'll take that as well. Okay. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to give 2d6 healing to Tempest.
And is there a save for that, or is it just an automatic?
I believe there is in the check here.
Okay.
Oh, it says other than you, so that's good. So dex saving throw.
Okay, that is a 1.
Perfect. So he takes 2d6 fire damage. So he takes 2 damage. Woo.
Okay. Still standing.
And then Tempest, you regain 5 points of health.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Excellent. From Hugo, we come to Z.
Shit. How are these guys all looking?
All of them look terrible.
Like really, really terrible?
Yes, their eyes are their lights are flickering.
God. Do I want to do this?
Got something I kind of want to do on my turn if that helps you.
Okay, then I'll wait. This is like a last ditch effort thing, so we're gonna do another. I'm doing the chaos bolt. Why not?
Okay.
And same as the first, we're gonna go after this one first. That is a nat 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Are we double damage and then roll again, or is it roll?
So max and then roll. And we can get the final number for sure, but I'm going to tell you that is definitely going to knock that guy off the board.
Okay, I just want to roll to see if it'll bounce.
Yeah.
That is not going to bounce. But the full damage would have been, what, 24 plus 35 total? 36? Fire damage?
Yeah, it basically just explodes as you hit it, and the light just dissolves into the atmosphere around it as it goes dark in this area, the light that it once shed no longer showing, and this side of the cabin becoming warmer again.
Sweet. I did my wild magic roll, and it's a 5. I need a 3, so we're good.
Okay, excellent. From Z, we're going down to Tempest. Who's still blinded.
I am blinded. I will pull out the horn of blasting and blow it.
Oh, God, no.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
So that says it's a 30-foot cone. So I think I'm going to get this guy in front of me and this guy right there.
That is accurate. Yes.
They would make a Constitution saving throw.
Excellent. So for the first one, that is going to be a 6, and for the second one, that's a 9.
Big no. Big no on both of them. They're going to take 5d6 thunder damage.
And that's the sound that it makes, actually.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
12, 14, 16. And they're deafened for 1 minute.
They're both gone as the horn, you see the light just fly out of the clothing, and it falls to the ground in a pile. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're gonna be that guy.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
He told me last time I did not have to attune to it. So I know there's a secret word.
No. I was just saying you have to roll a percentile die.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it might explode on me. That's fine. Percentile, you say? So that's this and this.
And do you want a low or a high, Coulter? Because it's a 20% chance.
I'm looking for a high. So anything above, anything below 80 is fine.
I got a 67.
Yeah, you're good.
That's fine then. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, those are both just eviscerated as the cloak that the light was wearing falls to the ground and
then Coulter,
it shatters.
Would you consider the Mephit to be made out of glass or crystal?
No, it is made out of ice.
Which is kind of like crystal.
As it dies, why are you asking?
Oh, because it takes 10d6 if it's made out of
inorganic
material.
It didn't have enough HP left to make the base for that, so it was definitely gone. Can I get a deck save from Altus though?
He's way out of the cone though.
He was 5 feet away from the ice method, and as they die, they explode.
Yeah, ice method.
15 deck save.
You are good. Yeah. So with that, you only take 1 damage as a sliver of the ice manages to wedge its way through your armor, barely grazing your skin. And that is going to bring us from Tempest wiping out half of the forces to Malai.
I wasn't looking lovingly at my pets. I'm going to run over here, and I'm just going to magic missile this last Mephit.
Okay.
Which I believe is 3 1d4s, right? Yeah. 1. So for 5, 2, 5. So
can I
12.
get a deck save from Altus?
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. I knew the risk. That one's a 14.
Yeah, you make it again. So that is going to be 2 damage that time as it explodes in front of you, both of them sending shards of ice in every direction as you are out of initiative.
Who's hurt?
I mean, my aura is up for a full minute, so I can just keep casting it every 6 seconds to heal people.
I have cure wounds as well if anyone needs immediate treatment.
I have lots of healing still, yeah, if anybody needs.
Yeah, so I think, Hugo, you have 4 uses of that, or no, 6 uses of that left, or 8?
Yeah, 6. I think 6. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys want to run that out and then...
I am just below bloodied, if that helps anybody.
I'm
points, so I'm okay.
I'm dangerously close to death's door. I'm like walking up his porch right now.
Always. All right, we'll get. Do you want to? Can we split them, or do you need them all, Altus?
I have healing I can do too, so like, don't worry about it. We'll be okay as long as we don't get ambushed right now.
I'm gonna heal myself for 6.
I have 37 points of healing, so you can split them up as you see fit.
Do you want to take 20 and I'll take 17?
Take whatever you need, and then I can heal myself after that. I can actually just sit and pray for 10 minutes and heal like everybody too if we need.
Okay, well, I'll take it all then.
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. And then I'm just going to sit and talk with Tyr for a little bit. For about 10 minutes, actually. And does anyone else need more healing?
I could use like 4 points.
Cool. You get... You get 12 points of healing.
All right, that brings me above full, so.
As Altus, as you begin your prayer to Tyr, a voice in your mind answers. I am not who you are asking for, and you will be back with him soon. I don't mean to intrude, but I didn't feel that I properly thanked you. I appreciate you freeing my disciple and bringing back some warmth to this land, however fleeting it may be. Please take this. And as the voice fades away, this warm glow envelops your body and then spreads out from you. And although none of the rest of you heard the voice, each of you get hit by that light as it flows through Altus as a conductor of this god. and all of you now have a blessing of Lathander
Ooh.
for helping his disciple and for restoring the Summer Star. You gain 10 temporary hit points each day at dawn.
Shit. Right.
Nice.
I. Do we get that now?
At
it
dawn the next
dawn?
day.
Is it dawn?
Dawn.
It's
No,
the
it's
dawn
Joanne.
of a new era of us being blessed.
Yeah.
No, so it'll take effect. It'll take effect tomorrow morning.
Well, that's super cool. How do temporary hit points work? Not to break game real quick, but
They just get used up first. So the next dawn, the first 10 damage you take get wiped out, but they can't be healed. So like you wouldn't get them back until the next morning.
okay, gotcha.
Buffer.
They don't stack.
No, and sources of temporary HP do not stack.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Have you all
It
divvied
kind
up
of-
the rest of the healing now?
It kind of completely invalidates one of my class features getting that every day, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's
can
fine.
take
It's
it
fine.
back.
Once I use them, I can then use my class feature, so it's fine.
What Rio was trying to say was, "Thank you, God."
Did you guys divvy up all the healing now? That there
I'm
was to
good.
divvy up? Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
excellent.
Altus,
Yes.
was that you cast 2 spells simultaneously?
What are we referring to?
Well, there was a light that seemed to settle upon everyone, and then your spell went off.
Yes. I know it may not seem like it, but I'm kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Were you going to say kind of a big deal? Was that what you were going to say?
In
No.
my own head.
No, I'm having trouble formulating what just happened.
Hey, look,
There are
everyone
many.
has that problem once in a while, right? Just
I've got much to think about and a lot to read about, and
Also, I need to know, how did you even come back from the dead? The orb didn't have that functionality. How are you even alive?
it just it wasn't my time to go. I've got some unfinished business, and I kind of like look at Tempest slyly.
What was it like being dead?
That gnome was the bloody most annoying creature ever met.
Yes, I couldn't even hear him, and I was quite annoyed.
Yeah. It's a lot less colorful. Like there's still color, but it's not as it's kind of like being dead.
Well, to be fair, Altus, you weren't dead. You were on the ethereal plane.
Yeah, but it sounds cooler if we just say dead.
But it's highly inaccurate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tempest wished to know what it was like to die, and while you did die, you weren't actually in the afterlife.
The transference I'll say this, the transference from here to the other plane, I can't recall. And the transference back was also unrememberable.
So nothing
body.
memorable brought you back to life.
Nothing I'm willing to discuss yet.
Your body was completely gone. It's like you have a new body now.
Well, same bad knees as I crack a knee.
I don't mean to be mistrusting, Altus, but given the circumstances of your return and your unwillingness to speak on it, we must, as a group, understand that this could be a ruse of some kind, as there is no logical explanation as to why he is alive.
Look, Malai, and for everyone, O'Real is running amok, and I think the gods are on our side. The more we, well, stick it to her as I kind of to the summer around us.
As a warm rain still falls.
Mm-hmm.
So your explanation is random divine intervention.
Look, if Altus says he's Altus, then he's Altus.
Also, it wasn't random.
So you did see something that explains the situation.
I did.
I just feel it would be safer if Altus doesn't take any watches for a while.
I met God, and this is the thanks I get looking at Z.
I'm just saying there's very many convincing undead creatures.
Just let it go. He came back.
But with no explanation.
We've had people come back before. Not everything has an explanation.
You've had people return from the dead before?
I mean, we know people who've returned from the dead before. Or new.
Very well. If you are comfortable with it.
All right.
Where do we go from here?
Well, I'd
We
say
enjoy this weather.
Yes, I would second that.
Much love that.
Oh, wait, am I still blinded?
No, it
Okay.
faded.
Sorry.
Even though I do need to make a concentration check to see if the weather is even still around.
So the spell in this case is fixed to the object.
Okay. Because I didn't cast Fairy Fire because I was like, well, I don't want to lose the concentration on the controlled weather because we didn't get to enjoy that.
No, so it will continue for the next 8 hours within a 5-mile radius of the center here.
Would anyone like to learn a traditional Yeti dance for welcoming the sun?
I would love to
How
see
would
it.
you have a Yeti dance for Welcome to the Sun if you worship Ariel, who is never-ending winter?
Well, I mean, Yetis are still always down for a dance.
Yes, that is awfully suspicious as well. You better not take any watches.
Oh, gladly.
Only if you take the armor off.
Well, it would be very cold.
Isn't it balmy and
See, it's warm now.
Oh, yeah.
It's warm, yeah, within your sphere of control weather.
I mean, I feel more comfortable and graceful inside the armor, but if you insist.
Hugo, how are you doing with the heat, with the warmth over here?
Oh, it's about the same. I'll kind of like comb my beard. This is always kind of eating this part of my chest, so I don't know.
All right.
I do want to talk to you later about this god of yours.
We can do that. Did you guys ever drink the wine inside? Because that
There's
sounds
wine inside?
amazing.
No, but we
Yes.
did leave an unsecured campfire going. I hope the house doesn't burn down.
It was in a fireplace, to be fair. And as you all go in to crack open the half-frozen barrels of wine and learn a Yeti dance for welcoming the sun, we will for once not end on a cliffhanger. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We will have more info soon on what we're going to be doing as far as Candle Keep. So we'll hopefully be putting up a video about the logistics of that soon, but we're super excited to get started. As of recording, that'll be coming up tomorrow. So very, very stoked about that. And thank you so much to all of our patrons. We really appreciate all of your support. Sparky, David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Scott. Thank you all so much. And does anybody else have any final announcements before we sign off? Excellent. So with that, we wish you friends, fun, and natural 20s. Good night, everybody.
Yes.